Hiya.
Hiya.
Evening.
Evening. How are we all?
Have we had a good day?
Kinda.
I'm up against Arsenal today, have we?
Wow. Well, good evening to everyone in the chat. Where do we start with this? Well, everybody knows on this show, we always come up with positives, and I've wrote the positives down before we come on the show.
You're missing one, mate. You're missing one. I have the positive.
Go on, Stan. It wasn't 6-1.
We've done our bit to keep the trophy out of Liverpool, haven't we?
Do you know? No, let's get into it, right? Because where do we start? We was lucky to be going in at 1-0 behind. 38 seconds after we equalised, it just started going downhill. I have to say, though, Arsenal and Arsenal fans are absolute knobheads. I hate them. The only saving grace is, look, you know, and I've said this a few times, Arteta will probably finish, you know, above Manchester City under Pep for the first time, but they still won't win the league. Fuck them. Honestly, I'm appalled at A, I've actually said that word, and B, the way we just rolled over, especially in the second half. Anne-Marie, sum it up.
Shit. There you go. It's that simple. I can't. Words fail me tonight, I have to be honest.
Do you know something? I've been pondering this all while watching the match. There's a few of them players what are going through the motions.
Hello. I says that to you about Kevin De Bruyne, Silva, Stones last week that they need to go. And you says, no, let them stay.
Didn't say anything of the sort.
Oh, yes, you did. Go back and watch it. You says, give him another year contract.
No, I said...
That was only about Kevin.
Yeah, that was only about KDB. What's really shocked me this season is how poor Akanji's been. And it's not a show just to dig players out or overreact or anything like that. Akanji's been poor for all season.
For a long time this season. Because it's like the new fella got all the stick for that first goal last week. Yet Akanji had the opportunity to put that ball in Rosette and didn't.
Well, I will say Akanji's defence again for the first goal, Stones caused that.
Are we forgetting Ortega with hospital balls?
Oh, never mind that. That was afterwards. That was fucking shit your boxers time. But Stones should never... Well, I know Pep likes to play out from the back, right? But surely, Jesus, you, as a footballer with half a brain, senses danger and fucking lobs the ball in the midfield. What? And we done it the whole game.
I thought Ortega was very poor today. Not sure, and I've been championing for him to start, and it doesn't help when Pep's chopping and changing. I'm not having a pop at Pep, but you can't chop and change.
Edison's injured, apparently.
What, transfer deadline day tomorrow?
Apparently he's injured. That's what was said before the start of the game. So,
yeah. Well, I know something. Mingy Wong's there. It feels like humiliation and atrocious display all round. That sums today up perfectly, you know. But I'm gonna let's start at the goalkeeper. I thought he was shocking today, Ortega. The hospital balls, what he was putting in to our defence, not only for the goals, but even when we managed to survive his stupid balls. I'll summarise. Akanji, wow. Stones was running in treacle today. And that might be, he's just coming back from injury. What? So you start him against somebody who'll do nothing but run at you. Gvardiol.
Oh, he was good, Andy. He was good.
Oh, yeah, okay-ish. Marmouche wasn't at it today. Savio, I thought, did okay. Foden wasn't great today. Nunes tried. He tried, bless him. Bernardo just wanted to kick people. Kovacic wasn't at it today. Haaland, can't fault him because he needs service. Give him an opportunity like he did, wait for his goal, and he'll score. People have been. I know it's difficult for young lads to come on, but people have been asking for McAtee to start. He was anonymous when he come on. Anonymous. Do any of you disagree with that?
Well, it just seems that they're hell-bent. And I don't care if I get slaughtered for this, right? But I can guarantee you, if that team was playing under any other manager, them balls would be coming in for Haaland.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. And that's down to Pep. I understand you want to control possession and you don't want to lose the ball and the other team can score if they don't have the ball. But like Jesus Christ, the few times that Nunes did cross the ball in the second half, it caused chaos.
Yep.
They're not passing the Mamouche. He's been left out of the game again. Mamouche pointed at least a half a dozen times at Bernardo Silva. He played the ball through, and he fucking turned back and hit it back towards his own goal. And then people wonder why Haaland doesn't run. He doesn't run because they won't pass him.
I'm just, Stan, you normally bring some sanity to things.
Oh, Mike, you wanted to say something? Obviously, there's a deep malaise, isn't there, at the moment, and little things like Phil Foden. He doesn't do stuff like that often, but when you looks out, innit? Everything that can go wrong at the minute goes wrong. We've had some shocking individual mistakes. We've had little missed time balls. The whole thing's, I don't know. But let's just say the engine's misfiring at the moment before we start taking the whole thing apart. They are looking at bringing it back together. We've made a number of signings. I think we're going to be doing another couple. We've still got some to come. And it will take that in. But I think one aspect is that we're going through a period that no other club in English football has gone through. How do you react to win 4 leagues on the run? Where do you draw the line between loyalty to players that have got you over the line, so many,
Yep,
and admitting that, then maybe that, the elastic band has finally snapped? Very, very difficult. Very difficult. If you've got certain tools that you use and they start, falling apart, you want to repair them, don't you? Before you throw it in the bin. You don't just throw it in the bin straight away. And I think we've got there's a few little things. Sorry, Paddy.
He threw Walker into the bin.
Yeah, well, he wanted to go, didn't he? He said, "Throw me in the bin." So they went, all right then, and off he went. It's a combination of all that. There is a reason that nobody wins 4 leagues in the run, and whether we like it or not, and say, "Oh, that was 6 months ago," it was a huge, huge, huge achievement.
Yep, it was.
Not only a huge achievement, but a huge achievement of coming back time after time, having to put 10, 15, 20 matches, not just unbeaten, practically maybe drawing 1 or 2. Eventually, the elastic band's going to snap, and it snapped. And now we're thinking, what do we do. I'd rather we're doing what we're doing than spending 600 million to finish 13th. It's easy to spend money, isn't it, as everybody says. But
Stan, before
some
you go on,
clubs
Stan, just one sec, mate.
spent 600 to $1 billion.
One sec, mate. Thanks, Adam, for gifting a membership. Much appreciated, pal. Cheers. Sorry, Stan, go on.
Yeah, no, that was it, really. It's just, we're having a bad time, but bloody hell, if there's one team in the top at the moment whose fans know what a bad time's all about, it's us. We'll have to take it on the chin. And, the shithousery and the tribalism in football is unbelievable. And for the first time in a long, long time, we're in the firing line where people go, oh, you're a Finnish club, you're this, you're that, you're the other. It's all right. Let's see.
Yeah, I take that, Stan. I fully agree with that. So this is the Andy before we come on. You have to take your lickings, and
of course you do.
It's about getting put down, but getting back up. What concerned me for the last few matches actually is Jack Grealish is not getting time. He's not getting game time.
There's loads of little things in there that, you look at the Ireland rugby team, they went close on a couple of times. Everyone does. We went close. We were beaten by Tottenham when there was a good chance we could have won the league. I'm going back years, but you know the games I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. And every now and again, you're going to have to sit there in a dressing room and listen to the other team giving it ole, and the little bus parade they're going to have around Islington tomorrow because they're beating City. You're going to have to put up with that. And the only thing you can do is go away and learn from it and say, right. And once you analyse what's happened properly and internally sort out and face what you need to do to make things better, you're not. I think one or two of them probably are cruising. But now it's time to get those out. You get them out of the squad and you move on. You got to be ruthless. He always has been ruthless. Big thing. Another one. He's got a lot of problems at home, hasn't he? Oh, you can't use that as an excuse. I'm afraid you can. If you go in work at any point in anybody's job, if somebody's having a bad time, there'll be something at home that's not right. That's life. You're human. And it's easy to put the boot in. What I do like is easy to put in the boot in at the moment. Yeah, you're right. You're worse than a clock. A broken clock's right twice a day. You guys are right every 5 years. No. Just take it. The party's over. The natural cycle's finished. We're going to have to build ourselves and start again. I don't see the big deal. It's life. Death is part of life. That's what's happening.
I don't think if they think like outside of Man City, obviously, if they or even some of our own fans, if they think the party's over, they're fucking they're deluded. Like this is going to be a tough season to stomach because of what we've done 6 of the last 7 years. So yeah, it hurts to lose, and like it hurt me to lose that today, especially to them bastards. But it's not about like every dog has its day. Like if you remember back a long time, was it Trossard was doing the photographs and he was doing this? Look how that fucking turned out.
Odegaard.
Odegaard was it? Look how that turned out. I want to see we make top 4 this season because this is a rebuild. Sign a good few players for midfield or whatever in defence during the summer, and we go again.
Anne-Marie. I can take getting beat heavily like that. What I can't take is the lack of effort from a lot of them out there today. Although we had a lot of possession doesn't win football matches.
No. And we're just not doing enough. You know, even in that first half, after the first 15 minutes, we had 68% possession to their 32, and we hadn't had a shot or a touch in their box. And so it just shows you it means nothing having the possession. We're not creating enough, and everything is far too slow. All these touches around the edge of the box are not getting us anywhere. You know, and
But that our success has been built on that, Anne-Marie. I get what you're saying. I truly do. But isn't that what our success has been built on? Like,
I know, but at times, Andy, our passing has been a lot quicker and a lot crisper than it is at this moment in time, and that's what's letting us down. We're passing a ball, and whether it's because of complacency on our part or what, I'm not sure. But instead of the player coming for the ball, they're waiting for the ball to come to them, by which time it's been intercepted by the opposition team. And we're just not doing enough. We're not working hard enough. And whether we say that's midfield or defence, or even, you know, if we start from the front, you know, our pressing game wasn't anything like it is normally today.
I don't actually think Arsenal were great, as stupid as that sounds.
Well, they weren't, because in the first half we could have easily, if we'd have really kind of put the pressure on, we could easily have been back in that game.
I think if Liverpool had played the way Arsenal played today, Liverpool would have destroyed them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Andy,
Don't be mistaken. They took their foot off
the gas. When they scored, they took their foot off the gas, and then when we scored, they upped the ante. And when you're 3-4-1 down, heads will drop and you'll go through the motions. So when they're on about the last half an hour, 35 minutes, yeah, look, that's understandable. You're 3-4-1 down. It happens. We do that to teams.
And what was that little dickhead doing the Haaland celebration for? He'll probably be at Leyton Orient in a couple of months. Him, you know.
That's banter. Like, you have to, Jesus, you have to take that. That's banter.
No, but Haaland's won more than he could ever dream to win, and he's taking the piss out. He's taking the piss out.
He was the one that Arteta sent round the back to get Raya to fall on the floor when they thought they'd beat us.
Mm-hmm.
He is a top shithouse. I've got to give him credit for that.
You see,
something you were saying anyway. While I remember going back to what Anne-Marie was saying, there's an old saying in football that underpins what you were saying. Hard work will always beat talent unless talent works hard. And that is what you're saying at the moment, isn't it, Anne-Marie? That we're in that flux of not quite getting that right.
We're nowhere near getting it right, Stan. And
just trying to be better.
You could pinpoint individuals, and obviously when we're not digging out players, but there are a lot of the players on that pitch that did themselves no favours today. You know, 2 experienced centre-backs turning the back on the ball. It's just not acceptable.
Yeah, and listen, it's like I said earlier,
it's one game.
I actually thought it was on the road to recovery, you know.
Hey, the road to recovery is not a straight line, Andy. Even when we won the league, we never went through it unbeaten.
True, mate. True.
So it's only one. So look, it's very easy to focus on the negative stuff. Like, we definitely have, say, from that losing spell we had, and then we put a few ones together and stuff like that.
I've got to admit, Paddy, it'd be a short show if we concentrate on the positives. So that's it for this week. We'll see you all again next week.
I think for me,
I'll give you an example of that, Andy, right?
Go on.
human nature, right? And I deal with human nature. That's my job. It's very easy to concentrate on the negative, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how we're conditioned from primary school right up. And if you give me 30 seconds, I'll do a little experiment where you just to prove that, if you don't mind. Would you like to participate in it?
Go on, sir.
Right.
Hang on. We should have a section, shouldn't we? Paddy's clinic.
Right. I'm going to tell you 5 sums, right? And I want you to tell me the first thing comes into your head. Don't filter it or don't say the answer you think I want to hear, right? Just tell me the first thought comes into your head. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And when don't speak until I tell you to speak, right? So 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 3 is 16. 5 times 4 is 20. And 5 times 5 is 25. You can speak.
Elephants. First thing what coming to my head, sorry. It's a scary 16, thought being in my head, mate.
16 is the first thing that came into my head.
What was
16.
it?
16.
What do you mean 16?
You got one of the sums.
Right. So just to take that a step further, right? If you were to assign 20% for every one of them sums, so I get a possible mark out of 100%.
Yes.
Which I would have got 80%. What did you focus on?
The negative. What you got wrong. What you got wrong.
Why didn't you say to me, well done, Paddy, you got 4 out of 5. No, you fucked up. 5 threes is not 16. You're conditioned.
It is with me, mate. I'm shit at maths.
You're conditioned to think in an unhelpful way.
No,
it's not really an unhelpful way, is it? Because if you genuinely think 5 times 3 is 16, you need to point that out to correct you so that you go back. So the next time you do it is 1 times 5 is 5, 5 times 2 is 10, 5 times 3 is 15. Then you're right. It's not pointing out what's wrong. It's not pointing out what's wrong. It's connecting and helping.
It's like
how you frame and look through life.
It's like
I get what Paddy's saying.
No, I get what he's saying. I'm just saying there's a fundamental problem with it.
Isn't it? It's like countdown, and we've got Carol Vorderman next to me.
Here, you have a pen and paper beside you, Andy, have you?
Go on.
Right, draw a little box and colour it in. Are you done? Have a look at it and tell me you're happy with it.
I sort of cheated.
Fucking bit big, that, isn't this?
You said the first thing what comes into my head all the time.
No, he didn't. He said to draw a little box and colour it in. Well, I did it, Paddy.
Oh. Right, have a look at it, Anne-Marie, and make sure you're happy before you show me.
Sorry?
Happy as you can be with it, yeah.
Right, let me see it.
Oh, hang on.
Right. Who told you colour in between the lines?
Nobody. It's just what you do.
If you had coloured that whole page in, would you colour that box in?
No.
Of course you would have.
Why would you?
If you coloured that whole page in, would you have coloured that box in?
But then what would be the point of drawing the box?
Yeah, but who told you stay within the lines?
Well, you said colour the box in.
Yeah, but I didn't say stay within between the lines.
Well, you're not in the fucking box then, are you? Have you turned into Homer Simpson? Roads on a map. They're just suggestions. They're not necessarily the way to go.
You're conditioned to think in a particular way.
No, I get it.
I do agree with that. I do agree with that. You are right there, Paddy. 100%. You know, you are conditioned. I'm just not 100% sure they're great examples. So if I hit you on the head with a hammer and you go out and I carry on, you say, that's all right, Stan, because I didn't tell you to stop.
That's
Now, the
God's
fact
will.
that you went out suggested that it might be advisable to stop. But because you didn't say stop, I carried in and stoved your brain in, a cabbage.
Oh, gosh, like fighting Japs.
No, I get what you're saying, Paddy, because if somebody said 99 positive things to you and one person said a negative, you remember the negative.
Of course you do. Of course you do. But
I'm used to that.
if the negatives are constructive criticism, it's well worth taking on board. All the other 99 things are just blowing smoke up your ass, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Again, it was just...
Give us 1 second. I've just got a nip off. 1 second.
See you in a bit, mate. No, I'm just. For me, it was a bit of a gutless display, Anne-Marie, today. It was. Has it been coming? Not to that extent.
No, I think it has. I think we've gotten not carried away, but a little bit giddy that we've won a few games, and we've not really looked at what we've been playing against. So if you look at the likes of Leicester, it's no great surprise we beat them. I know Tottenham couldn't do it last week, but given where they are in the league, it's no great surprise, is it? And things like that. I mean, you look at the other night, 1-0 down in the first half, and God knows what Pep said to them at half time, but we got the result in the end. The PSG game, 2-0 up and throwing it away.
4-2.
Finishing 4-2. And that's, that's not a one-off this season.
No.
Feyenoord, we were 3-0 up and threw it away.
Brentford 2-0 up.
Yeah, so you can see exactly, if we go 1-0 up, there's no confidence in us staying with that.
Well, the thing is, Anne-Marie, everyone's going, it's because it's not just because Rodri's out, is it? It's
not. No way is it just because Rodri's out. That's part of the issue. There's no getting away from it because we haven't got a midfielder that can do anything like what Rodri can do. Kovacic isn't that player. Gundogan most certainly isn't that player. So we have to bite the bullet with that one. But defensively, what has been a strongish point for us has become our downfall this season. And not just this season, because you could see it happening in the last couple of seasons. The long ball over the top, and we either had no pace or we've got no brain in our defence to figure it out. And so, you have to look at every aspect of the team. Defensively, we've been shocking this season. Keeper-wise, I don't think either one of them have covered themselves in glory this season.
See, I think that defence, Anne-Marie, it's almost an unfair criticism because Pep makes the defence play on the halfway line. So if you're playing, look at Liverpool used to do to us in our prime, ball over the top and in on top of the keeper. That's up to Pep to say, look, stick halfway between the halfway line and the 18-yard box. Don't come any further than that. Look where Guardiola and Nunes plays. They're on the opposition byline. So we lose the ball, and that's fucking stupid word transition or counter-attack.
I'm sick of them words. Transition, G&A, low block.
Are in the opposition.
Jesus Christ, that drives me.
18-yard box.
I love that.
Defense.
No, and I'm not disagreeing with you, Paddy, but these are all things, and it isn't. This is what I'm saying. It's not just this season.
And I know, absolutely.
It's been coming, but midfield-wise, is the biggest disappointment, because really since Fernandinho left, even when we had Gundogan still with us, I know he's back with us now, but he's a shadow of the player he was when we first had him. We have not brought in anybody. And you can say we bought Phillips and whatever else, but Phillips was never the right fit for our team. Never, ever. And I don't believe we've brought in anybody who can get even remotely close to Rodri-style performances. And that's one of the big issues. This isn't just come about through Rodri's injury this season. This has been last season when he got sent off early doors against Nottingham Forest and we had to play 3 games without him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we didn't have proper cover then. So we've not learnt a lesson. And that's ultimately where we're going wrong.
That's Pep.
As a player though, Anne-Marie, would you come into a club that if your skill set was as good as Rodri's, and then you would know you were going to be playing second fiddle to Rodri, would you come to City?
But I don't think you have to. Don't think you can look at it as playing second fiddle to Rodri, because with the amount of games we play, there's plenty of opportunity for everybody. I know,
but we've said this before. I mean, and it is a fair point, but not all games are equal. If I end up playing 30 games in a season and I don't play any of the big 6, I don't play quarterfinals onwards, and I don't in any of the cups, I'm going to be thinking I'm second fiddle here. I still might have made 30 appearances. I still might end up winning everything with the team. But when it came down to the crunch matches, the finals, the semis, the games against the big 6, the championship deciders, he didn't trust me. That's what players look at now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you can't have everything.
No, you can't. You can't. So what I'll do is I'll stay where I am as the big fish and do what I need to do.
Yeah, and win nothing.
Become a legend at this club that I'm at.
And win nothing.
But you're not forgetting. You're not forgetting something. No, what if you're bringing a top quality DM in? There's scope there to put Rodri as a number 8.
Yeah.
So, but I agree with you, Stan. You're not going to get a top. Listen, that seems to be the case. Why Declan Rice didn't join us because of exactly that.
Yeah.
But are you not unbalancing the team then, Andy, by doing that? Like, you're not playing the team to its strengths. Like, you have a Ballon d'Or winner in the centre of the park, and all of a sudden you're going to move him up because this other CDM has come in. That unbalances the team. Stan is right. You're not going to get a top class CDM to come in and play second fiddle to Rodri. Yes, he's going to get games, Anne-Marie. Of course he's going to get games because he plays 65, 70 games a season. But he's not going to get the big games. Like Jack Gready's superstar at Aston Villa. Main man. Big fish in a small pond. What's he doing now?
I know, but then you have to question what's going on with Jack. You know, Jack was a pivotal part of our treble-winning team.
Second half of the season, he was, I'd say.
Yes, of course he was, and now he can't seem to A, get a game, or B, hold a place down when he does get in. So there's something that we're obviously not fully aware of that's going on. And that's the same with any of them that are having a bit of a dodgy old time. You know, there might be lots of things going on. We don't know. And you have to have, you know, we've gone out and we've bought 2 defenders and another forward. Yet we've known since more or less the start of the season that we needed a defensive midfielder.
But we could be in a position, Anne-Marie, where if we just go knee-jerk reaction,
it's not a knee-jerk reaction, though, is it?
No, but I mean, we could end up with a knee-jerk reaction and bring another Calvin Phillips in.
What happens if we've got 3 players in mind? We've got 3 players in mind, and we are certain they'll do it. But at the moment, for whatever reason, they don't want to join. You don't go out and buy somebody else just to buy somebody.
You see, FIFA's put there O'Reilly's a DM. He is, mate, and there's talk of Chelsea sniffing round him. But do we expose another kid in this current situation what could potentially destroy him?
And I think that's what happened to Hussanov today. I think Pep protected him today in that match. I think he played.
How old is O'Reilly?
He's only 21 or 22.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he's that old, you know. I might be wrong here.
No, I'd say you're right, Stan. Actually, I don't think he is that old. I think he's about 19, actually. You're right.
He's 19?
Yeah.
And how old is Rodders?
25, is it? 26?
Just put Rodders in there, and Rodney Trotter's come up. He's about 26, and he's 27, something like that.
19. Before I go on, thanks, Adam, for gifting memberships. That's really kind of you, mate. Respect, my friend. Respect. Sorry, Stan, go on.
Yeah, and Rodri is 28. So in 3 years' time, when O'Reilly's still only 22 and Rodders is 31, then in 3 years, you might have a ready-made replacement, but that's a long time, innit? That's a long time to be waiting.
I actually think you're right, Stan. I think Nico O'Reilly will actually be an absolute superstar and future captain of Man City.
But would you put him in now? Would you expose him to it now? Sink or swim?
That's the thing, innit? That's the thing.
No, he has to be protected. He has to be protected the way Foden was protected.
You see, I remember there used to be massive rows with that. And I was convinced that Pep was playing Foden in the European games because he would get more protection. He's not. He's only slim and slight. This is possibly what we should have done with Lewis. Don't put him in them hurly-burly games of the Premier. Put him in Europe where they tend to play football more.
Mm-hmm.
That can help them. You know, they don't get the injuries. It'll give them that little extra second that they always say that, oh, you know, when you're in the Premier League, you don't get that little extra second to breathe. That could be the way forward. But then we've struggled this year. This year, if we hadn't have had the injuries and with all that, we could have had Nico O'Reilly playing the last 2 games because we would have qualified after 5 matches. You know what I mean? And he could have come in then and done it.
Yeah.
But I tell you, it hasn't battered us, those injuries, the key injuries at key times to key players. Everybody gets them and everybody suffers. So, you know, it would be foolish to think, oh, well, if we got 3 bad injuries at the wrong time, we wouldn't suffer. We would suffer, and we have done. It's a fact of life. The fact that we have keeps now.
Though?
You what, sorry?
Do you think we're rushing players back from injury?
100%, yeah. 100%.
And with that, it's like if you
Gundogan, you wouldn't expect Gundogan, right? If Peter Swales was still chairman, he'd be telling Pep to stop playing Gundogan because if he gets another 5 games, that will trigger that we have to offer him another year contract and we can't afford it.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we're at with Gundogan. We didn't expect him to play this many games.
How long have I been saying that for?
Well, we've been saying this since September, but
Rodri's injury dictated that. So, like, you take 3 of United's best players out, they'd be losing every week.
Of course they won't. Do you think, seriously, where they would be without... what was that?
Have you been fucking drinking?
What was that?
Like I say, I'm a cokehead.
All right. No, do you think Liverpool would where they'd be now without Van Dijk, Gravenberch and Salah?
Not a chance, mate.
No chance they'd be top.
Yeah, Blue Heart says, do you know if I actually thought that the Arse were that good, I wouldn't be so angry. I said that a little bit earlier, Blue Heart. I don't think Arsenal were that brilliant. I know that sounds stupid when they just battered us 5-1.
But they're not, Andy. They're not. It's just that we're fucking so bad.
And how come, right? Every time one of their players got a foul on his leg, they fall over holding their head. They piss me off. I hate Arsenal. Honestly, I just don't. The Scousers absolutely.
What do you call what do you call that? The Howard Webb, the head of the PGMOL, whatever it's called, the fucking selves cheats. But he was on that Overlap podcast along with Gary Neville, Roy Keane, and stuff. And he did say that there about 3-4 months ago. From next season onwards, that fucking team talk that Arteta does when the player goes down will be stopped going forward next season. He says because.
I'm sorry, Paddy. I was just going to say, can I ask Adam on the one of the questions? We need a midfielder and a right back by tomorrow night, or you can say goodbye to top four. That's all right. That's fair enough. But who are the 2 players that you would bring in, Adam, that will guarantee us top four? Guarantee. There's no debating it. We will have to get top four because that's what you're asking. I'm interested to know who those players would be.
Stan, I absolutely agree with what Adam's saying, but I absolutely agree with what you're saying as well. It's that and the availability. Because listen, a lot of these top players are still in the Champions League. You're not going to get them out of the You're not going to get a top player out of the Champions League because not at this stage. So, but we do. Dare I say? I'll say it again. Do we just write this season off and just hope we get top four and then go for the players in the summer who Pep really, really wants? Or
that's right, Matt.
Or do you just do you gamble? I don't know. It's a difficult one, isn't it? Listen, I'm not overly fussed if we're obviously not going to win the league, but if it's sort of like if we have to limp through the rest of the season just enough to get over that line, then
we're not going to win the Champions League either.
Oh no, Paddy, I think our name's on the cup.
Are you drinking now?
No. If you look at it at the bottom, it says made by Manchester City FC instead of the firm. Do you remember years ago you'd have a firm at the bottom, made by?
This is a fair point by Steve. City have not been the same since Anne-Marie lifted her top up.
A fair
I
point.
agree with that. I agree with that.
That's strictly true.
Put your
I think
hands
you're
up.
going to have to go through all the previous podcasts to examine the actual dates you started doing.
When I say put your hands up, I mean if you think it's Anne-Marie's fault. See? Outnumbered Anne-Marie.
Of course, Jackie.
We're very, very disappointed in you, Anne-Marie, the way City are playing at the moment. I think your contract's going to be up for renewal at the end of this season. We're going to have to negotiate a smaller fee. What I pay you every Sunday.
Yeah, good luck finding somebody as good as me to do this shit with you three.
Oh, Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie, I'll let you read this one out because it's a really long one.
It's not really any midfielder, in it. We would be happy with the Calvin. No, we wouldn't be happy with the Calvin Phillips.
Read it before he read it first.
Also, we can't look at a CDM. We have to look at an 8 that can play as a CDM. This type of player won't be available.
I agree with that, and that's what I was saying with the Rodri conundrum.
So
can we ask Paddy? Can we ask Paddy, our resident analyst, to tell us what an 8 does and what a CDM does?
I'll tell you what an 8 does, Dan. An 8 belongs on a fucking pool table, not on a football pitch.
Is a CDM, is that a wing commander? Is a CDM a wing commander? I don't know. They're usually at the heart of a team. Zavaleta was at the heart of a team.
Do you know what football's turned into? It's like a game of bingo. Number 8, number 6, number 9, number 10. Oh, yeah,
House.
Transitions, low block, GA.
XG, Jesus Christ Almighty! It's like Xbox.
That's not going to happen, FIFA. There's no chance.
FIFA, get a grip.
There's no way. Yeah, young Jacob Wright was a CDM. Is gone now. Yeah, but again, is he the? It's okay bringing the kids in. Now, people are going ballistic with our, with our season so far because of the amount of losses and so on and so forth. How would everyone react if we filled it full of kids? What are getting destroyed week in, week out?
We can't do that to the kids.
Exactly.
No.
I think Adam's bang on there. We need to get Ruben back in the team, but unfortunately, his groin is not going to be okay while he's with Maya Jama.
You don't even know that that's what his injury is. So get your head out the gutter.
So that's what happened to Mahrez, wasn't it? His groin went after he went. After Mahrez found a famous local celebrity, didn't his groin go?
And that's when Anne-Marie's love for Mahrez went. I'm not playing it.
Good.
No, not playing it because I'm not in a good mood tonight after watching that today.
Was Kobe Manu playing up front? Yeah, today.
He was playing the false nine, apparently.
Fucking hell. It was a false score, wasn't it? Jesus Christ, what's going on there?
Anthony said, can we talk Savio? Absolutely. I thought he was probably one of the positives today. Another great ball in for Haaland, another assist. It's just one of them in a minute. I think he looks better on the left, but that ball came in from the right today. So, yeah, a positive today, Paddy. Paddy, hello.
I'm actually trying to think.
All right. While you're trying to think, we'll go to Anne-Marie.
Kind of.
While Anne-Marie's trying to think, we'll go to Stan. Jesus Christ.
It's funny, isn't it? That, even though we've got all this doom and gloom and, we all think 5 times 3 equals 16, Savio's starting to hit a bit of a seam of form, isn't it? Bowden didn't score today for the first time in 5 or 6. Haaland scored 7 in the last 8. The forward line, it's firing. It's not firing great, it's firing, but it really is underlying the problems we've got at the back rather than going forward. And that is what's so unusual with what's happening at the moment. I think that's what shocked people more than anything, the amount of goals we're conceding rather than the amount of goals we're scoring.
I would say Guardiola and Savino was the 2 best players on the pitch.
I think at the moment Savio's our best wide player, isn't it, by a mile?
Yeah. Don't mean to say that Jack Grealish can't or Doku can't come in and do a job. They can. They've done it. But it's just the problem at the moment is certainly at the back. And I think Diaz is as big a loss to the team as Rodri. And when the pair of them are out, that's when we become abysmal.
Well, it's the spine of it, isn't it?
Yeah. It's the rock that's everything's built on. And we've just had the rock smashed from under our feet. I mean, it's going to happen.
Yeah, but the defence are not keeping any protection either. That's the problem.
No, that's what I'm saying, Paddy. You've not got that little bolt in front of the defence and you've not got the bolt keeper at the back keeping it all together. When Diaz was back, we weren't conceding quite as much. We actually put a run of 5 or 6 games together where we didn't get beat. Then once he was out, that was it. We were on our way.
Pick your starting 4 defenders now, Stan, with everyone's fit for duty. Pick the 4 who you'd start.
If they were all fit now.
Yeah.
Right. Diaz in the middle.
Yeah.
Pushing up on the right. Because at least he is a defender.
Yeah.
Or even put him in the middle with Diaz and put Akanji on the right or something. And Gavardio at left back. Get people in who can defend. I mean, Nunez isn't a defender. he's under huge. I mean, I tell you what, we talk about the kids not being able to respond to pressure. Nunes is an experienced player. He's out of position and he's struggling. So, what chance has a kid got? And the other thing about Jacob Wright, you're always going to love your academy kids to death until they play 10 games and then they become public enemy number one. But if Swansea have come in for Jacob Wright and nobody in the Premier or the top end of the Championship, you've got to really wonder where he's at. I can't think of too many at Swansea you'd get into our team, even though we're playing rubbish at the moment.
So, Stan, are you going to answer Paddy's question?
I did do.
You did?
Did I? Well, mine, if everyone was fit, is it fit and we know how they can play the form?
No, fit now.
Fit now? I would have Akanji, left back, Gvardiol, all left-sided then. All left-sided. Hang on. I've said one player and you're shooting me down.
He's at the fucking opposite end of the pitch where he should be.
Right, you stick to your sums, bloody Carol Vorderman. I would have, I can't even say now. I'd have Ake left back or left centre back with Gvardiol left centre back or left back. I'd have Diaz, Stones.
Stones?
If all fit, listen, under Pep, our most successful defensive season was when we had Diaz and Stones at centre backs.
But do you know what you said the first time?
You did say Akanji is left back.
Yeah, you did.
I meant Aki, sorry.
Yeah, well, see, that's why I interrupted you.
Yeah.
I thought you meant purple Aki at left back.
No, I just feel Akanji's really struggling at the minute. I don't know if it's because of the setup, whether it's because the keeper just keeps passing suicide balls to him. I just don't know, but it's no coincidence we don't play as well when Aki's not in the team, because I think he gives us so much.
So I've got Aki left back, the Gvardiol, Diaz, and Husmanov.
Listen, it's about opinions, isn't it, Anne-Marie?
I think I'd be going with Paddy's back four. Yeah.
I'm going with Paddy's back four.
Fucking Akanji left back.
Just seeing if you're listening to me, like I wasn't listening to you before with the sums.
Another fine mess you've got us into, Andy.
I actually look like him then, you know. That's
you on the bench turning round to Lylon going,
Why didn't he start? Anne-Marie, why didn't he start KDB today when he's got a good record against Arsenal as well?
Probably because did he play the full 90 minutes during the week?
Or did he come off near the end? I think he come off near the end, didn't
he? He came off towards the end.
But he near as damn it played the full 90 minutes, didn't he? And that's why he didn't start him today. And he wasn't going to start him in the same team as Mamouche. That's what I think.
I'm the same, Lee. I thought he was rubbish today, Phil. He was just like, don't know.
No, he wasn't rubbish, though. That's harsh.
I thought it was all rubbish apart from Gvardiol and Savio. Steve says, Paddy, analyst, not the usual word associated with him. It's normally rhyming slang, that analyst. He's normally pissed.
I wish I was. That wouldn't mean fucking half as bad as it was today.
Lee says Marmouche was doing runs, but nobody saw him making them runs. If somebody saw him making them runs, then maybe we could have won. I said that, it looks as if he's. I don't think Marmouche is one of these players where you have him dropping back into midfield. I think he's potentially a Sané role where he'll make them diagonal runs. That's how I think he'll be. Do you, Stan?
We called that last week as well, Andy, about him making the runs and nobody passing.
Because it's like even Haaland was getting slaughtered off Sky Sports today. He's only had 2 touches. Then he analysed it by seconds and minutes. The touches he's had, and then a few minutes later he scored.
Then they put up a graphic.
Did he go 34 minutes in the first half with only 2 touches or something?
Yeah. I ended up putting it on watching it with a mute in the second half.
And then they put up a graphic showing that he's the fastest guy to 250 goals, even beating Messi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what a passer, I'll put him in midfield. I want somebody to finish.
I thought exactly the same then at that point. That's another fine mess you got me into. Another fine mess you got me into, Stanley.
So yeah, so for the guy who only touches the ball, I mean, who the hell wants Haaland passing the ball in the middle, sideways and backwards and all that? I want him passing the ball straight into the back of the net, which he's doing. So it's up to everyone else to step up and start banging in 5, 6, 10 goals a season.
At the front door.
The thing is, Steve, you know yourself, you've watched enough shows that we are always positive, and I don't think we're being major negative, but there comes a point where we just have to have a truth pill, don't we?
Yeah.
Because we
face facts.
We all know it. We're going through a bad time. We all know it, don't we? It happens.
Because
We had a bad day at the office, and it's not the last bad day of the office before the season ends. So suck it up.
The thing is, we could be positive now and say, "Oh, I thought we played really good today." You don't think we're full of shit? We normally are, but aren't you, Anne-Marie?
I'll tell you what, and I'm going to give Andy his picture for the next podcast. The day we see Andy going, all them stupid faces that some of these content providers put to say that to get clicks and things. No, that's not what I was thinking. When they're pulling the face, going City were abysmal just to pull in punters and things like that. Yeah. The day Andy starts doing that, I think that's the day that all 4 of us will leave. Mm-hmm. You can't. It's. I've always thought the ethos of this thing was like 4 people sat in the pub having a laugh, taking the piss out of ourselves and everybody else. And that's how it is. And that's always how it has been for me as a City fan. We never win at home, we never win away. All that. We're some of the best self-depreciating humour we've got. The problem was we then went and ended up being fucking brilliant. None of us knew how to handle it. What's going on here? We're winning every week. And now we've bounced back a bit, as all empires, great teams and everybody does. What we're going to do, sit there and go,
go back to Stockport.
Yeah. Anne-Marie, do you want to read Stuart's comment out?
Is that blind Stuart? Why are you, mate?
Sorry, Anne-Marie?
So I'd agree with Paddy for the back 4.
No, you know Rissam.
So Stuart wants to play a Kanji at left back too.
No, come on. You stick to your sums, Sunshine.
Vorderman over there. He's having a nightmare.
I know. Stevie says new goalkeeper in the summer is likely. I think you're right there, mate.
Joe Hart.
I'm not overly in agreement that Edison is injured because somebody said earlier he was in the training pictures yesterday.
He was.
I'm only going off what Pep said before the game.
He was.
No. No,
you believe
there's one guy who reckons he's an in and out. I wouldn't bother listening to him. That Guardiola fella. I'd rather listen to Fabrice Romano.
Fabrice. He's fresh, isn't he?
Yeah, he's fresh, all right. I'm fruity.
Kathy says, must admit, after the fourth, you took the dog out.
Well, who did you put on to replace the dog? Because I thought he was the only one chasing the ball on the pitch. Bad move, that. Never take the dog off. Chase anything. All dick off.
Yeah.
One of Andy's favourites.
It was somebody
Did you see that story about us going after that Portuguese kid? Now, apparently, Porto, whoever it is, whoever he plays for, they made a bid for somebody. So I wonder if they're bringing him before the transfer so that he can leave to get our man
in. Marco, City is Siete. Cheers, mate. No need for a new goalkeeper. I think FIFA, there is need for a goalkeeper. I'm a huge Ortega fan, but today...
No, but
again,
FIFA wants Carson to play.
Yeah. But you know something? I'm a huge Ortega fan, and yeah, he wasn't great today. However, I cite that down to chopping and changing goalkeepers every few games. Can't do it in that position.
What do you put the back four? The back four has been chopped and changed all season through injury, and
but a defender is a defender, a midfielder is a midfielder, and so on and so forth. A goalkeeper, mate, I think you've got to have continuity with a goalkeeper. No?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I do tend to agree with that.
Relationship with the back four. The goalkeeper has a relationship with the back four. Each player knows what they're going to do.
I remember this argument in the 70s with Chilton and Clements, and they were saying they were two great keepers and what have you. What do you do? England not only didn't win anything, they didn't qualify for anything.
Until you started stealing Irish players.
Yeah. I do remember Andy Old Townsend doing really well. And Kevin McSheedy.
Right.
Antonio Ocas Cascarino and the rest of the lads.
Paul McGrath.
Yeah. Jackie O'Charlton.
Most successful manager we had.
Yeah.
And he was English.
Paddy O'Dum.
Yeah.
Oh, he actually was Irish. That's why he didn't get in.
Dare we have a quick chat about Saturday's FA Cup tie away to Leyton Orient?
Well, the only good thing about it is it's an early kickoff.
What time?
I get up to bed earlier.
It's 12:15 kickoff.
Keeping you awake, Sam?
We're on one of the channels.
Are we optimistic?
I'll be all right unless we go two goals up, and then that's when I'll start panicking.
Well, you know Rico Lewis will be playing, remember? That's for sure.
I was just about to say, would you go strong or would you experiment against? It'll be a tricky tie.
I think we're going to have to give a few of them players a little bit of that. It's going to be the same one, isn't it? Some players will need a rest and some players will need minutes.
I know, and you need to think we're going to have Real Madrid midweek.
So what do you do?
It's a great opportunity then for Nick O'Reilly to get in. Giving Musaba up front.
Yeah, a bit of a team like we put out against Salford.
Yeah.
With the greatest respect, Leyton Orient away is a tougher game than Salford at home.
Yeah, but the team, they won 8-0. So that team should be capable of taking on the likes of Leyton Orient. That's just an opinion, obviously.
I think be interesting with the goalkeeper. I can see Nico O'Reilly starting with McAtee and potentially Lewis. And then it's finger in the air. Will Haaland start? Is Mamouche cup tied?
No.
Yeah.
Is he okay to play?
Yeah, he can play against Madrid as well.
Can he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you what, here's a great opportunity for us Beckenbauer and the Brazilian Reese to have a go. Let's have a little look at him. Give him a whirl.
I'm just a little bit Leyton Orient away, because that'll be a proper up and at us, that.
Oh, if he's got Stonezinho behind him.
Stan, I worry about you sometimes. I think we should go strong, to be fair, and then introduce some of the youth.
Well, I'm always that mindset, but other people then are the opposite mindset. Kind of give the fringe players a start, and then if we're in trouble, bring on the big guys.
The heavies.
I think we beat them down mentally first, and then bring in the fringe players.
Yeah, Stu says go strong, get only chance of a trophy. I think there could be a lot of truth in that, mate. But
Can't believe we're right in the Champions League box, so easily.
You know that he could actually O'Reilly could actually be sold by them.
That'd be a mortal sin to be sold already.
I think that one would be a mistake. Some of the sales we've done, I can get it, but I do think it would be a big mistake for O'Reilly to be sold.
Why? I've not heard any rumours about that. Is he
Chelsea?
Oh, I thought he was serious.
No, honestly.
Are Chelsea not got enough for our players?
Mate, if a bid comes in and it's acceptable, will we say no? Which we should do.
They spent 100 million on Lavia. They can spend 100 million on Nico.
Yeah, but we didn't get the 100 million, mate.
Doesn't matter. That's their going rate.
I don't know. Can we see any more signings coming in before the deadline tomorrow?
I think we can see 2 more signings tomorrow.
Yeah, I do. That lad in Portugal and the Italian.
Fuck, I hope you're right. I really hope you're right.
I do
He
think
didn't play, did he? He didn't play for Juventus in their Champions League game. Said he was injured, and apparently that came as a bit of a shock to the manager. So there's something going on there.
And what's that Italian fella's a CDM, is he?
No, the Portuguese, the lad in Portugal is.
And what's the Italian guy?
It's a square root of 4.
I think the Italian lads are right back in Cambiasso. Kathy says Chelsea wanting to make the numbers up.
He's good. He can transition well, Paddy. At the end of the game, he can go from a camel to an orangutan. That's how good he is at transitioning.
I think I'm transphobic.
Stop using the transition, low block, XG and all that shit. It's doing me head in now.
Vision on.
I've only been telling you that for 12 months.
Vision on. Oval team. Jumpers for goalposts. Lovely.
Steve says 30 mil O'Reilly gone. I really hope not, but
30 mil? You made this up, Blackie.
Spartacus, you've just bought Kelly from Newcastle. He's a fullback. Oh, that's interesting.
You see, it's on his way.
Yeah, 1 in, 1 out to us. Yeah, I think we'll have to pay over the odds a little bit if we are going to get somebody in by tomorrow. But I think it needs it at this moment in time.
When is the deadline? Is it 5 o'clock on Monday?
No, it's 11 o'clock tomorrow night.
Right.
I won't see that unless they do their business during the day. I'll be in the lava.
Cheeky, you'll be up about midday then, working late.
Is that new boy taking up his post yet? Is he in
Viagra?
Viagra? Is he up yet?
He's there, and he's doing the early slot, the early shift.
Yeah, Nico Gonzalez. He's really quick, him, you know.
Speedy.
Was that brought to you by the Acme Book of Big Jokes?
Hungry.
Kathy says an orangutan would be good in. Sorry, she says Stan would be good in goal, long arms. Come on, Anne-Marie, enough bullshit.
I've only got it's a t-shirt you've seen before.
Do you think it's a fucking t-shirt I want to look at?
No, well, I know, but there you go. That's as good as it gets. Hang on, don't want to stand up a little bit.
Oh, fucking get up on the stool.
There you go.
It's funny that, isn't it? As soon as an Arsenal fan came up, a pair of tits came into view.
No. Arsenal 14, Manchester has fallen today. Out of curiosity, what Arsenal 14, how gutted are you going to be? You've actually got a chance of beating Pep Guardiola's Manchester City and you still won't win the league.
You've only beat us twice out of 14 matches, so shut up.
Mm-hmm. Arsenal 14, was it comfy in your armchair today?
How do you know we wasn't there?
Did they do
Arsenal 14?
I think it's a fairly safe bet, Andy.
Did they do the double over us this year?
No.
Oh, we did it for 6 years, didn't we?
You've just broke Gordon's screen there, Anne-Marie, with your Betamax.
Yeah, well, that's because he wanted me to do it. He forced me to do it.
So, Gordon, anything you want Anne-Marie to do, she will do it for you. On that note, thanks for joining us, everybody.
Next week we'll be on OnlyFans, and Andy will give you the handle.
You seem to know a lot about OnlyFans, Stan.
I just mentioned it. So.
Arsenal 14, we will finish on you, I think. 115 more scratches incoming. Pray for Pep. I would rather
Arsenal 14, that's his age.
I would say pray for Lego Ed Arteta because
his IQ, Anne-Marie. His IQ. Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for joining us, everybody. Bye-bye to Arsenal fan. You've just disappeared off the face of the show. There we go. Thank you for joining. Listen, back to positivity next week.
Yeah, all being well.
When we're potentially going to beat
the mighty Leyton Orient.
Yeah.
I'm positive we're going to be shite.
Leyton Orient, mate.
Oh, God.
The good old days when we used to play him in the league.
Anne-Marie, I'll let you finish with Steve. No.
Anne-Marie is the only double we've had this season.
On that note, we've definitely got to go before we get shut down.
Tell you what, Andy, before we forget, about a month ago we were talking about, if we got sent down to the bottom leagues, or we managed to win the Champions League, and you'd have this crazy fixture list. I think we've had a little look at it already. Salford at home, Real Madrid away, Leyton Orient away. I think, doesn't look that bad, does it, really?
Stan predicts.
Just so we can't draw Arsenal in the FA Cup because they're out of it.
Oh, Did Arsenal 14 not bring that up?
No.
Oh, you forgot about that.
Oh,
Right. Thank you for joining us, everybody. I'm not on about you three. I'm on about the good people in the chat. You know,
Obviously.
we started off in a bit of a mood, didn't we? But we lightened up a little bit along the way. Yeah. And one thing's guaranteed next week. I won't have a steaming hangover. So I'm not going out next weekend. So,
well, wonders will never cease.
Well, there we go. Listen,
I do like Fitch's commitment to helping people in the community. There's going to be a lot of happy people out there tonight.
On that note, listen,
Take care, everyone.
Have a great week, everybody. And yeah, roll on next week when we bring back the madness. Have a great week, everyone. Bye now. Bye.